This is an interesting draft from Entity. They picked Terrorblade into Tiny. It's the #1 hero to do a lot on that hero.
And his recovery mechanism is really good, right?
Yeah,
as long as your support stacks for you. Fishman is going to die here, it looks like, as maybe he can actually brain stab and keep himself alive. No, he's just slowed too much. Even a stick being used there, but it's not enough. Amar picks up the first blood.
Goes and jungles up, and then all of these counters just don't matter.
Which would explain maybe why they wanted to keep the Coddle down there, because they need Sanking to get some good levels. That way he could take this lane away from Chrysalis, who is obviously struggling here, and he is going to die again. And Fishman, I think, just kind of joined in the party to possibly die as well. I don't see any escape for him unless he can somehow block him out in trees. Taiga's actually getting a little low. Fishman wants at least that, but no. He gets pushed back into his doom. Amar with a double kill.
Not as much threat with that level 2 Sandstorm. Like, you can just walk into it and kill him, and you don't take that much damage from it. Level 5, that's when you get to the point where Sankin can actually kill you.
And Terrorblade is also not at a point that he's going to jungle super efficiently just yet. As Misha trying to juke out, goes back into the trees and TP's away. He'll TP actually back to base, so maybe there's some time here. Amar's actually going to die. Good rotation there from Stormstormer, set up by Fishman. This TB probably needs to spend a little bit more time jungling before they make a move like that.
Yeah, usually with Terrorblades, like, you get a Dragon Lance. Like, if you get an early Dragon Lance, you make a move like that. Fishman's trying.
Yeah, they do have Taiga in the neighborhood. They're going to go for the grip. Can anybody block the hook? They need to be able to hit this, but Taiga is surrounded by heroes. That means BZM has no savior, and Taiga, in fact, may need to use that hook shot to be able to get himself out of danger as he gets some distance, but Stormstormer hot on his tail. Doesn't have the Shadow Strike to slow him down, but he does have the Coddle, lowering down some of those cooldowns.
He knows they're all there, and still, like, he was just confident in Taiga being able to stop the grip.
Yeah, Taiga might have been making the call, you know, like, don't worry, I'll save you, but Entity, they will not be able to get Stormstormer out of there. Almost completed Blink, not quite good enough. They trade out with Taiga, but this is looking pretty bad for Entity. They've got to get out of here. And away through the river they go until the Ember Spirit actually catches up, diving in, separating targets here, but it looks like Toby's going to get burned down less. No, the Sleight of Fist cleans him up even after the Burrow Strike, and the other two pick up the Bane kill. So OG, they may have lost BZM, but they strike right back.
Oh, the old high ground smoke break. Yep. A grip used, okay.
Really want the kills that they can get, but BZM, Misha, they're all here, and they might just have to leave Fishman to die. Yeah, Fishman even going the other direction than Katomi. Accepts his fate. That's Shadow Blade. There's a lot of room for Yuragi to get some pickoffs.
Oh, and he hits the hook.
Cogs backwards into the chains. Very nice. Once again, Taiga setting up with one other core to be able to pick up some important kills.
Yeah, that could definitely be a kill.
Hook shot. Second attempt. This time does land on Fishman, and very fast, easy kill, and OG now cementing, okay, you can have the bottom lane because we're very focused on Roshan.
But when you're directly in front of Roshan, that's a different story. Like, 30 seconds is actually enough time to take Rosh, so that's just really unfortunate that that's where Fishman ends up going down. And I think the reason that he goes down there is because he was trying to ward Rosh because he was worried about them taking it. And, you know, in doing that, he actually loses it.
Oof. Thankfully, oh, it was still enough. I thought the Essence Ring was maybe going to keep him alive, but damn, Yuragi.
He's just massive. Like, he's got the 20 talents already. He's got the Silver Edge, so he's critting. Like, his damage is just enough to kill any of these Entity heroes. Maybe not TB. Probably not TB. But
this is very rapidly turning into OG destroying any hero that's not TB. And I don't know, like, if I have the same faith. Like, sure, Terrorblade versus Tiny, but can Terrorblade 1v5? That's what it's kind of looking like it's going to turn into.
You know.
Oh, there's another one. See if he gets the right crits, the toss up, and that's going to be good enough. Man, that toss damage does so much when you get level 3 grow. These items not good anywhere. The Vlad, Solar Crest, like, why can't we go that route? Goodbye, Sanking.
Yeah, they were. I thought they were the ones baiting him, but yeah. it looks like they're baiting themselves. You talk about the. Okay, never mind. Still, OG. They're just.
Times, Cogs push back, and they do have just enough damage with the poison to get the kill. Vlad, Solar Crest. We're talking about like how this is basically going to be a 1v5.
Yeah.
And the other 4 heroes are just supporting cast to the Terrorblade. Isn't like Solar Crest and Vlad's, aren't those like the traditional best items? Chrysalis, they have the damage for this one. They are going to be able to get a full Fiend's Grip. Pops to BKB to stay on top of Yuragi. Yuragi goes into the trees. He needs the vision. The illusion spot him, and it's no. Okay, good. They do manage to get that kill. Chrysalis is now turning back in. He needs all the help he can get, and he's just nobody from town. Amar had a BKB, so he couldn't get off a Sunder, and Toby, well, he tries in vain to help out the Tiny, but just throws his death on the pyre. Another body added into it. It's Katomi. He dies behind the tier 1 tower, and Entity, well, they pretty much, they get themselves the kill they were hoping for in the Tiny, but you could see the rest of OG are equally a big factor.
You can see exactly how the counter plays out right there.
With the Lincolns, so they've got a Lincolns on Ember, they've got a BKB on the Viper, a BKB on the Tiny. If they do go for this Terrorblade, he's not going to have great Sunder options.
No. If he... Toby using Epi.
Does manage to catch Katomi. Yuragi quickly follows that one up. Now they are going to go for the kill onto Taiga. Now BCM's right in the middle of everything. They do have the Fiend's Grip onto the Tiny right now, but no Terrorblade to follow it up. You can see Chrysalis, he is on full retreat right now.
He has no meta. He doesn't want to fight.
No.
Like, this
oh, 15 seconds. Oof.
This is the point where, like, a carry player flames their team. But you can see what Entity is going for in this game.
Rocket Flare, Spawn Stormer. And Doji, who are currently smoked up, are going to head that direction. The Ember Spirit's going to be in first. He's got a fresh BKB, so he's able to do something like this and just demolish the support at the very start of the team fight. They managed to get Yuragi on top of Stormer, so there's another pickoff. Toby, he's kind of stuck, and Chrysalis is now going to have to do almost a true 1 versus 5, but he can't even beat Amar, it looks like, who is getting sucked on right now by Misha. Goes for the Thunder Blade, but Misha was already missing HP. He's like, okay, bro, go for it. I'm at a 3rd HP.
Yeah.
What do you want to do here? Chrysalis getting the tips, and Entity, who have stalled out this game all for that team fight right there. You can see why OG feels pretty good.
That was just an unfortunate situation for Chrysalis, man. He's sitting against like a Manta Viper.
Who just picked up AC.
Yeah, it's a tough lane to play, but I mean, it's one of the classic counters, so Amara's played this one like so many times at this point. Like, any Timber main has played against Monkey Kings and Ursa like almost every game.
Yeah.
Because carries get last pick in pubs.
Holding in the Mirana, and they actually get this kill. They do have the Kunkka coming in, but the boat is going to be a little off the mark, or not there in time, rather. Chrysalis picks up the first blood. He is going to be pulled back to his doom, but still, the fact they got a first blood, despite the BCM rotation, is going to feel okay for Entity. Misha now going to be in some trouble. He's going to be stunned up and killed.
The passive, just because Dragon's Breath, it recently got buffed. It does 20 more damage at max level, so one-shots range creeps. Great for harass, too.
Certainly, and that's where Yuragi's probably been suffering a little bit. Misha does barely stay alive, but as Toby is closing in on that level 6, not having the support in lane is going to feel real bad for Yuragi. They're going to need a little bit of help here, and that's why BCM's going to come in, and without those higher levels of the passives, he is going to die. So that is the downside of going for the 3-1-1 build, is that it does leave you a lot squishier.
For sure.
Taiga. Arrow going to be thrown out, dodged by Chrysalis, but of course the Shadow Shaman couldn't do anything about that one. And Amar, he has 3 levels of reactive armor. You're just not killing him with this lane anymore. And they got to stop thinking about, oh, what a play. They actually pop the glyph. Chrysalis gets 0 heal out of that one. He needs a little bit of time to be able to jump into the trees, but he can't quite get it. The arrow lands, and they've got him dead as well. Big pickup, as now Amar getting revenge for all that harassment early is easily winning the lane.
For me, like, I always cut when I'm against a Monkey King, but in this situation, like, he actually just knows that he has enough regen, given the level advantage that he has, which is really interesting.
Oh, Katomi's not going to get away in time. That boat is going to land. They secure. Oh, he did manage to deny the bounty rune.
Nice.
Play Katomi.
Nice.
Play against the Timbersaw. Maybe they're going to get a rotation from Stormer sometime, who has, we haven't actually seen him on screen for a while, but I feel like he's just been chilling mid lane. And if he's going to be doing all that chilling, he can't afford to die here. Unfortunately, the arrow doesn't land. His extra bit of movement speed that Apugna has allows him to dodge that one. They're going to get the Bane kill as a little bit of revenge for Stormer. So he took the mid tower. They've taken the top tower. Katomi, well, BZM may not have gotten the mid kill, but at least he'll get the Enchantress again.
But as a 4, they're going to end up with 2 5s this game, basically, because of this. Like, Enchantress falls off like crazy. He has no leaps. Yuragi just chilling in the trees like he's a support. That's not what you want to see.
No, it's not. Then again,
That is what you want to see.
don't want to see your Dragon Knight. I don't know. Entity's like insistence to play 3 cores in 3 lanes, kind of like the way
They're
OG was doing it last
the
game.
OG.
They're feeding away some kills.
They're doing the OG right now.
Yeah, now
And,
Crystal's going to die bottom lane.
Yep.
Boat coming in, hits a nice 2-man stun, but he can't get away from the Chakram, not when he's that low.
You know, more often than not, this is what you see from the Timber versus any of these counters matchup. They're going to get a Bane. I mean, it's something, that's for sure.
That is something. It's not nothing.
No, but there are very little shits to give, I think, from Misha in that in this situation. Okay, so this is nice because you were talking about Entity playing 3 lanes. The reason they're doing this is because they did very well in the lanes, right? So they want to take some advantage off of the map. It's a feature, not a bug. Very funny joke, Redditor.
Uh-oh, no, those are illusions. Okay, he does have the stun to stop this, and he didn't actually break Wukong's command, but they also seem to have caught Fishman. Now the rest of the team is coming in of Entity. They're going to make sure their Dragon Knight's going to be okay, but they need to get Crystals out of here, and he's being slowed down by Uragi so much. Fortunately, there is the Decrepify, but the BKB, a BZM, he wants to keep going. Crystal does manage to dodge backwards, get away from the Torrent, but he can't get the lifesteal up in time. Toby's out of mana. Fortunately, Katomi does manage to get a kill out of this, but the arrow!
Ooh, yeah, baby.
He didn't see that coming in time. The trees hid the ascent of the arrow straight into his behind, and now Toby is going to be running to the trees, not where you want to go against Timbersaw. Panic, panic, panic indeed. Entity seemed to be panicking a little bit against OG, losing a terrible fight.
Pretty weak.
Back inside the game, they're trying to get the fast kill on a BZM. Earlier, he had used his BKB, so it's still on cooldown. A good opportunity for Stormstormer to collect an important kill. And he does have the Aegis, and he's certainly going to need it, as Mar seems to be trying to go for him right now. They do have the side. Misha, okay, that's a freebie. Yeah, I think he was fooled by Amar, who was going in deep.
Just sending the Meta Illusions down lanes. Yeah. That really helps too.
Although, well, OG once again have like 3 cores that can play, are very tanky and are hard to gank and can play independently. BZM, they're going to try and pull him back, but they actually hexed up Kunkka. Couldn't quite do it. Uragi's going to close in for the kill, but the Fiend's Grip on the side might net them an extra one as the boat does manage to land. Toby in trouble. Decrepified, healed a little bit, but Stormstormer can't commit. Not in the face of this Phantom Lancer Illusions. Uragi quickly deals with the ward. Now turns back to the Enchantress. Pull back again. The Dragon Knight. Arrow coming in. Toby dodges it, but they're just barely keeping him alive, and there's no response from Entity. They are crumbling in this fight, and just hero after hero is falling. So Stormstormer did buy out the shard. I was curious to see if he actually did that, and he did. So it means they can give the shard to somebody else. Arrow coming in is actually going to hit Roshan. The Torrent's coming in as well. OG, can they get there in time? Uragi, oh, Toby intercepts. Nice stun. 2-man from the Monkey King as well, and they get a lot of good bird damage. Misha's going to get burned out as the Enchantress finishes him off with the Impetus. Now the Monkey King jumping in for more. Really wants the kill on Uragi and does get it. One swipe is good enough. And he still has the Aegis, so he's going to look for even more. Managed to get the kill up on Taiga. Now the Shackles holding down the Kunkka. A second Roshan turns into a massive team fight for Entity, cleaning up on all sides. I was getting pretty concerned that they were not going to be able to get past this whole tier 1 and doing Roshans. Like, when are you guys actually going to press the advantage?
Monkey King, all life, I mean, Enchantress as well. But that just shows you how much he's valued.
Oh! How did you do that?
Doppelganger out and heal up and then go back in, like play the long fights.
Oh, they just caught Amar. This is a really big kill. They've got the disables to keep him inside the Wukong's command. No save whatsoever. In fact, the Bane's going to be caught on top of this. So nice 2-man kill as Entity take that top tower very quickly, sweep through bottom lane, catches Amar out of position. And now they're going to start exerting a little bit of a stranglehold on the map.
It does really feel like they lack damage to kill the Entity heroes currently.
Yeah.
But they're ready. They're ready to go.
Arrow cutting across.
They
big
got him.
catch. That is a Shadow Shaman kill. Potentially, Uragi actually scared to commit there. Backs out. The Moonlight Shadow trying to protect some of these heroes. Misha is going to be jumped on, though, as Chrysalis and the Serpent Wards are all down. They want to be able to keep this Phantom Lancer in place, but he does manage to doppelganger away. Toby's still sticking to him, though. Amar, they got to focus one of these targets. Looks like maybe Amar's going to be the target as they go through the Timber Chain. Now the Wukong's command. He's surrounded. They keep him inside. It'll be a kill. but they can't quite get him. Trying to chase even farther. Doesn't get very far with that Timber Chain, but Entity back to the Wukong's command. Gotta remember their idea of staying in one place. They cannot get separated too much, chasing after Amar, and now they have to give up and fight entirely. The Yule Scepter picked up by Amar does net them a kill onto Katomi.
Sometimes he knows he's not out of position.
OG luring them around the Roshan area and are actually going to go out and try and force a fight. Now, the DK is not the best target. Katomi, though, dropped dangerously low. Arrow slips on by. Katomi, fortunately, does manage to get enough heal. He's going to be okay, but you got to be aware of that Tidebringer hit. Misha actually steps maybe a little bit too far forward here. Caught by the Shadow Shaman, and I like that play. Fishman drops the ward and then plays the distance. Doesn't want to get caught by any OG heroes.
That was super nice.
Good. Okay, Amar does have the BKB, does a healthy amount of damage. But the rest of the team doesn't feel super comfortable going for this one, and it looks like they're going to start backing up, retreating. They just throw the illusions out, do what mana burn they can.
So we're looking for another double stun before he sucks the ward. That's like what you're looking for.
Can they get this Monkey King into the pit? They've got the Wukong's command, but they cut down the tree. Amar catches him. They're committing for the Roshan right now. BKB's going out. The boat goes down. Roshan's still not dead. It's going to be up to this Dragon Knight, but he's actually being feed scrimmed. They're going to kill him, and the Aegis immediately picked up, and Crystallis still is not into the fight, truly, is Stormstormer and Crystallis. Oh, no. Now that's going to be Wukong's command, but Stormstormer, he's nowhere near it. He's trying to get himself away from these heroes that just chase him down. OG, thanks to Amar, that could have been a disaster if he got off the Wukong's command while they were finishing up Roshan, but instead OG collect all the goods. Oh, they're actually forcing things right now. I don't think Entity expected this much OG aggression. That's going to be a tier 3 down before anybody's really here to respond. They do catch the real Phantom Lancer with its Decrepify. But Stormstormer's having a hard time dealing with these illusions, constantly harassing him. The Crystallis does barely dodge. Once again, another tree drop might have led to his death. Would make a lot of sense. Feels like it's very hard for Entity to really stop this Phantom Lancer and punish him heavily. Starts going for the ward, quickly kills it. He's getting pretty low thanks to this Monkey King, but the Nullifier going out. BKB activated by Crystallis. Yuragi's first life is still up. He's trying to go for Toby right now. Toby is going to turn around. They're charging up the targets. I'm not sure if this is going so well for Entity at all, as Amar just goes in with his BKB. They have still yet to clear out this Aegis. They finally might be able to, once again, Decrepify. A little bit of anti-synergy. The Monkey King doesn't do anything. Yuragi, yes, they finally kill the first life, but your buybacks are going to be wasted here. It's now a dead Monkey King for 2 minutes. Toby's not going to make it back to the fountain either. He can buy back, but what's the point? You don't have your Dragon form. Stormstormer's going to get cleaned up, and just like that, the game is done. OG. Yeah, GG. Call it now.